Hi there.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are
Good.
you?
Are you excited about us
Yes,
doing another podcast?
thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome. I am very, very excited about
But
this part.
today,
Yes.
yeah, because we're talking about getting away.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you want to
That's
you want to get away?
I do. I do want to get
You
away.
you would get away at the drop of a hat.
No, not necessarily. Well, it depends. It depends where you're going to get away to.
If I said, "Hey, this weekend let's get out of town," you
Where
would
are we going to
say
go?
you would
Paris,
say you would
Texas?
say I could be ready in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it
20 minutes.
depends. It depends where we're going. But yeah, you're right. I don't mind getting away. I've actually kind of getting into this car driving routine that you have that you love. I miss taking an airplane because it gets you there right away. I think I've said that. But but yeah, but you have more days than you're at your destination so much sooner. But on the other hand, the car ride is kind of relaxing. And then if we decide we can stop, although you never want to stop because you either want to get there or get back home. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot easier. Uh
Well, if
and
we're
it's relaxing to
And
be in a
it's
car.
different because if we're going on a road trip, say we're going to Chicago to visit our daughter, that's usually 2 days. We
Mhm.
drive we drive all day one day, and then we stay in a hotel or a motel
Mhm.
or something. Then you get on and you drive the rest of the way, and then you go and you stay with her at her house. Now, then there's the other vacation where you are going, for instance, if we want to get on a cruise, we might drive from here to Galveston and get on a cruise ship and go into the Caribbean. That's another vacation
So
option.
if you're driving that way, we happen to have some friends that live near there and stop and see them that we haven't seen for a while.
Yep.
Depending on where we're going is who can we stop by and say hi to on the way? This one is going to be a little different.
This which one? The
This getting this next getaway that we're going on. And it's strictly
the,
it's a getaway. It's
the
not a luxury
one at the end of the
vacation.
year, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what it is, we won't keep you in suspense. Last year, around the holidays, my sister, who's in the Midwest, says we're meeting another couple and we're going to a cabin out in the woods in southern Indiana. And was there another couple that was supposed to go with them and they couldn't? And my sister said, "How would you like to join us?" And this was an Airbnb that they got, a nice big cabin out in the woods on a little
It's
pond
actually a log
at
cabin.
the end of a dirt road and all. It was really, really very nice, very secluded. You weren't near really that close to a town. It was a good half hour or more away to get to a town. But we thought, well, that's nice. That would be nice to get away and relax. And it turned out that it was.
Mhm.
So much so that we said, hey, why don't we do it again this year?
Well, thankfully they invited us this year. I didn't
Yeah.
know if they wanted to be with us because this
We weren't sure what kind of an impression we would make.
because Mike and Pam, that was the first time they were meeting us.
Yeah. And
So
I
I didn't know
mean,
if they were going to like us.
it
We
was,
love them.
yeah, it was instant friendship. We
Mhm.
really, and my sister and John are just the salt of the earth too, and they were kind of the
Mhm.
middle people. But
Right.
I think we said hello to each other, and within an hour we were sitting on the couches and chairs, and we were laughing and talking and
Mhm.
having a good time. And we said, you know what? Maybe we should do that this year. And so we're planning on doing it. And we got to thinking about getting away and how sometimes you go to a big city and you just check into a hotel. And the hotel is kind of your base point, and then you go to restaurants and theaters and museums and all. But this is completely different. Um, a cruise ship is the same thing. You get on board, you unpack once, and you wake up every morning and you're in a different port, and you go and you visit. So getting away and going different places it's kind of fun to mix it up.
It is.
Uh,
It is. I was a little questionable on this one because we really, when you're driving, these couples live not far from these getaway
they
places.
were closer
They
to
were
where this
closer.
getaway
We were
place was.
driving a couple
Yeah,
of days. And so we didn't have the option to take a lot of things. We took a few things because when you have Airbnb, you are cooking for yourselves, you're doing everything at the Airbnb, and you are
that's
beholden to what's in the Airbnb,
yeah. And trust me,
including the toilet paper and the Kleenex.
we were there for what,
5 days.
5 days? 5 days. There was enough food there to stay a month and also to have three more couples join us.
It
We
was.
were so over prepared with food. It was amazing.
Well, Pam and Kathy were. Yeah, Pam and Kathy were. We brought a little something, but we had our suitcases and everything
Yeah,
else
we
that
brought
goes
the dry
along with it.
goods,
Oh, yeah.
because we couldn't
We couldn't
travel
bring the food.
with perishable stuff.
So, it was really fun, but that is my question to everybody out there. If you had a chance to get away and do an Airbnb on a beautiful Airbnb and a gorgeous piece of land in the peace and quiet, would you take that
Is that
knowing, yeah, knowing that you are having to bring some extra toilet paper, lots of paper towels, maybe some soap detergent, and
well,
all of the food that goes along with it?
now, I would have to say most Airbnbs do supply you with all the things you need. Like you usually have plenty of toilet paper and paper towels and things like that. You have all the dishes, silverware, glassware, all of that kind of stuff.
That you have.
It's you got the pots and pans, but they don't supply you with anything to put in them.
Well, first of
So you got to
all,
bring 3 dozen eggs or so if you're going to have breakfast together. You bring your meats, put them, stuff it all in the refrigerator. You bring all your drinks to put in coolers. And if you're going to fry something in the kitchen, fine. You have to think that out in advance.
since
If
this is opposite Saxes, I'm going to argue that point because your daughter, who is a big traveler, big
yeah,
Airbnb person, that was the first thing out of her mouth. Mom, they usually don't have enough toilet paper and Kleenex or paper
well,
towels. Make sure that you bring more.
yeah,
And she
yeah.
was right. They also don't have necessarily what you're cooking is necessarily the pot that they have. So if you're cooking like a big stew or you're barbecuing, maybe their barbecue is not as big as what you think it's going to be, and it's one of those little ones with charcoal.
Yeah.
Um, and the pots are soup pots or a fry pan. So it really depends on the Airbnb and who owns it and
You,
what they bring, what
and,
they give you.
but you usually know that up front because when you go online or something, you preview the Airbnb, it usually lists what they have.
Excuse me, they don't tell you that they have a 9-inch fry pan or a big
Mhm.
8-quart pot to cook in. No, they don't. They tell you everything else. They tell you if they have an iron, if they have laundry detergent, and
Not
which they had,
a
thankfully.
washer and dryer.
Yeah, that they tell you all that.
Yeah.
But so you are bringing, you have to think about this getaway and you
Yeah.
have to be organized.
Now
And thankfully, Pam and Kathy are.
we went to an Airbnb in Arkansas with for a family reunion, and it slept what, 10 people or so.
Yes,
That even had two complete kitchens,
yes,
one on one
that
level and
did.
one on another
That
level.
did. But the one on the second level had no real pots and pans. That
No,
had it had silverware and china and paper towels.
but it had an extra refrigerator and freezer in order
That's very true.
to store stuff in.
Very true. Very true.
And honestly, when I first learned about Airbnbs, I thought, no, you just stay in a hotel. I don't know if I could, unless it's just a quick overnight because you're on the road. Uh, we go to Airbnbs even when we were visiting family
In Florida,
in Florida.
did an Airbnb.
Instead of staying at a hotel, we went online, and a lot of these Airbnbs are an addition to a house, that's an income part of a house. You have your own separate entrance, and it's like a
It
really
was
nice
it
hotel
was
room,
very, very nice and comfortable.
but you're not sharing a common entrance and parking lot and
I
everything.
guess we sound like a commercial for an Airbnb or an advertisement for an Airbnb,
I support it.
which is absolutely fine. The only thing I'm saying is, friends, maybe the year after we'll do a resort or we'll do a cruise. And that way nobody has to bring any food or bring anything except a suitcase with your clothes.
I can see that. So
Because I feel badly that more the other people have to cook.
mhm.
Although we were all doing the cleanup, but
Yeah.
but how much of a it is a vacation, you're getting away, you're being with other people, you're socializing, you're going out, and you do go out to dinner once or twice.
And it also
But you're
depends on the
still
time of the
also
year.
bringing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like this cabin out in the woods. It ha just happened that the week that we were there, it was cold
Oh,
and
friggin' cold and
rainy
rainy.
and all, and so we couldn't
Right.
really go out and walk a lot. It was on a little pond, and they had a fire pit down by the pond. It was looked so nice, but it was raining and wet, and so we
We were
weren't able to
inside a
get down
lot.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we spent it a lot of time in
Well,
indoors.
thankfully we all got along very well.
Yeah,
And that was great. Um,
and my sister brought her guitar, and so she,
oh yes.
she
We
had
had a sing along.
to lead a sing
We
along.
had a sing along. Um, but so it and it was
Which was lovely, Kathy. It was absolutely wonderful.
but but this year I'm not sure how the holidays fall when we're going. I didn't look it up, but we're really looking forward to this year, and
Yeah.
hopefully the weather will be a little bit more
And I
cooperative.
can understand this same cabin in spring with all the flowers and
Oh yeah,
the trees in bloom must be awesome. So, sometimes those Airbnbs, the really the best part about Airbnbs is if you're going with multiple uh, uh, couples. Because if you're going to go with three or four other couples and you need accommodations for eight to 10 people, there are some Airbnbs out there that are absolutely gorgeous, that have 6 or 8 bedrooms and 5 or 6 bathrooms, and they have game rooms and all kinds of amenities.
our people know that
Well,
they
but
know.
then when you do the math and you split it 5 or 6 or 7 ways, while this place might be $2,500 a night, when you split it among everybody, all of a sudden it's not that far off cost wise from checking into a hotel. Eh, So
Until you start making up your shopping list and you have everything from popcorn to pies to cakes,
well, you do that.
meats and fish.
Yeah, but what we did is we did that in advance, and we
Yeah,
said, "What do you
yeah,
think
that's
we
what I'm
want to
saying.
do?"
Yeah,
And then Kathy and John picked up the salmon and the
and
meats
Pam.
and everything, and Pam and Mike brought some casseroles and some salads and things like that. And as I said, we brought a lot of
Yeah,
the extra
the
stuff.
frou-frou stuff.
Yeah, the chips and the snacks and all
Yeah.
that kind of good stuff. But it's a lot of fun. But I think the bottom line to this whole conversation is it getting away is more than just going to the Holiday Inn and checking in and going down to the local restaurant and all. If you're going someplace, be a little creative and check it out. It maybe you'll end up at the Holiday Inn because you can't find the right
Yeah,
accommodations.
and that
But
happens.
yeah, but check it out. There's lots of options they're out there. There are some people that just love going to campgrounds, or people that have their own campers that they go from park to park,
Right, right.
and all. And today it's almost as affordable to travel by highway as it is to fly and make all the connections to get where you're going.
Well, it's nice because we're going around the holidays and we usually bring little gifts and things to celebrate the holidays.
Yeah.
So everybody we're coming to see, make sure you make your little list up for
Yep.
Stuart and I so we can bring you a little something.
And to Kathy and John and Mike and Pam and all, we look forward to seeing you at the end of the year for our getaway.
Yep.
And we'll just throw it out there that maybe because the six of us get along so well together that maybe either next year or before next year, maybe we should book a cruise together and go and see how well we get along together in that scenario. Hmm,
Maybe.
what do you think?
Okay.
We'll
We'll
talk
keep you
about it.
posted.
Yeah, and we'll be back again next week. So go out and make it a good one.
Bye.
Bye.